The power of humour in a estate agency. Today I'm joined by the wonderful Toby Martin, estate letting agency guru, supremo video star. If they don't know you, mate, they've been living in a cave, haven't they, mate?
By this point, I hope so.
The business power of humour in a estate agency. Talk to me.
This is something which I seem to have accidentally earned a little bit of a name for, because some people say to me, I love your videos, Toby. I love your videos.
Because this is the entertainment piece, isn't it?
This is entertaining and not minding having a little laugh sometimes.
At yourself.
At yourself, precisely. Because we are a very serious profession, Chris. And a lot of us, we work very hard to convey ourselves in a very serious and grave way. And it's our way of coming across as being expert and...
professional.
Exactly, yes. It's quite a kind of macho vibe, isn't it? But the first thing that we look at when we're trying to generate new business, when we're trying to earn trust in a prospective client, is making a connection. And one of the most effective ways to do that is with humour. And so I think that, look, I'm no funnier than the next guy. But what I am is I'm unafraid of allowing my personality to come across in the work that I do. And I think that if we embrace that slightly more, then we could embrace this approach to just allowing ourselves to have a bit of a laugh, sometimes, yes, at our own expense.
It's important you say you get to see you, and one thing I would certainly suggest is that you don't be someone you're not.
Oh yeah, you have to be comfortable with who you are. And actually, if this is an approach that doesn't sit well with you, then perhaps you should be cautious about it. But what I will say is that it's not just about lead generation. It's not just about winning new business. I think this is something that's very important to managers as well within your business. There was a bit of research in the US that found that managers who were seen to have a good sense of humour were 27% more motivational. And so teams look for relatable figures who they can connect with to be their managers, and that motivates them even more. But then when you are in the kitchen on a market appraisal, the same piece of research also found that including a humorous line in your sales pitch could achieve a 20% higher fee. So actually making that impression and that personal connection and perhaps making things a bit more conversational can lead to higher fees. And I like to think of an analogy when you go to a stand-up comedy show. And before the comedian comes on, you'll get an MC who will whip up the crowd and who will really get everyone going so that that person comes on and then gets a warm welcome. And then as soon as they come on, they've got a joke ready to go to make you laugh in the first 10 seconds. And that's just like us. You wouldn't want to, at a market appraisal, walk onto a silent stage. You want to make sure that they are anticipating your arrival, so you've done all of your marketing beforehand to make sure that they've got your pre-presentation video and they're really looking forward to meeting you. And then at the very start, if you can just drop in a line that's not too forced, that's quite natural, just to have a little bit of a laugh about something, it's such a good way to start a meeting.
Do you have any favourite examples of humour that estate agents use, excluding yourself?
So a couple of ways of doing it are, you've got, these might sound minor, but actually I think they're great opportunities to work humour into what you do. On emails, you've got your email signature, and just above or below that, PSs. PSs always get read, and it's quite a nice light-hearted way because it's not in the main body of your text. So if you can just, even something about your day, the weather, whatever it is, include a humorous PS. It's a nice way to end an email in a natural, conversational, familiar way. Out-of-office emails, a big...
You're famous for those.
...bugbear of mine. Last week I sent out a newsletter about out-of-office emails, and I got 20 out-of-office emails back from that newsletter. Every single one of them said the same thing. So I speak to estate agents who say they get 100 emails a day. Easy. That means that when you're on holiday, 100 people are receiving your out-of-office email. So you should actually value the contents of that email slightly more highly. I love to do a humorous out-of-office email because the person receiving that email is probably a little bit frustrated that you're not in work today. So lightening the mood, including something a bit humorous, self-deprecating. I remember the last one I did, it was my kid's birthday and I was at a soft play. So I said something like, today I'm in a soft play with 50 screaming toddlers, please pray for me. And when I returned to work, I had 10 emails joking back about that experience. So you created a shared joke there.
A relationship.
Exactly.
And from
You're building
relationships,
that
trust
connection.
comes.
Exactly. So those opportunities for humour are there if you look for them. You do have to be a little bit careful because we're always worried about upsetting people. And I know that people are saying, well, you know, woke society, you can't joke about anything any longer. So yeah, you do have to be a little bit careful. Recognise your audience and don't go and never punch down, never make fun of, if you're a letting agent, never make fun of tenants. Those kind of obvious things. So be self-deprecating. That's a great opportunity to have a little bit of a laugh at yourself and, yes, strengthen your connection with your client.
Thank you for your time today, Toby.
It's a pleasure.